Hi everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to TaylorMade Cards for You. Well, today is the first day and my month-long birthday celebration. And I thought I would start by sharing with you one of the items that I'm going to be giving away in my celebration. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I love working with Tim Holtz items. Well, he also has a fabric line called Eclectic Elements, and I thought that fabric would be perfect to create some pouches for some of my craft supplies. And I love these bags so much, I decided to actually carry them in my shop as well. So all week, I'm going to be sharing with you a new design, and I'm also going to be creating a card to go with that design as my inspiration. So let's go ahead and get started. So I started out with a piece of white cardstock that measured 3.5 by 5.5. Then I found some olive paper to match my bag, and then I tore it into strips. Then I took some distressed collage medium to adhere it to my white card panel. I then took some white gesso and I painted it all over my cardstock. I didn't want the olive to stand out too brightly, so I wanted to mute it down just a bit. Once I had it completely covered, I took a wet cloth and I rubbed off some of the white gesso. Again, I was looking for the paper to blend into my background, not necessarily completely cover it. When the gesso was dry, I added some peeled paint to my craft mat and then I spritzed it. And then I took my cardstock and I just dabbed it into the color. Again, I'm looking to match the bag, so I was trying to get some olive tones to create my background. Alright, so once my background was dry, I went ahead and pulled out some washi tape to create some more interest in my background. If you've noticed, the background on the bag actually is a clock theme, so I wanted to add some numbers just to go with the overall theme of the bag. So once I had my washi pieces in place, I came back in with peeled paint and I added this distress color around the edges of the card. The next color that I added was Vintage Photo. And for this particular color, I went ahead and added it in the middle of the card. I wanted the edges to be green, but I wanted the inside of the card to look a little bit old. To further embellish my background, I did bring in some Magicals, and Magicals are a powder base that will react when you spritz them or add water to them. So I went ahead and chose the green color, and then I pulled in some of my white gesso to have the Magicals react. When I was happy with the overall color of the background, I did get a brick background stamp to create some more interest to the base of the card. As you can see, I'm not using an acrylic block. I'm simply holding the stamp in my hand and then I'm pressing it down on various places. I am adding in some numbers as well, again to go with the overall clock theme. Next, I wanted to use some texture paste to add a clock stencil. The color that I'm using is Hickory Smoke, and I went ahead and added the texture paste to this distress ink to give it some color. I ended up also adding just a little bit of black acrylic paint to give it a little bit more color. Now you could certainly use your palette knife to spread your texture paste around your stencil, but I like using an old key card from a hotel or even an old credit card. I find that I can hold it really easily in my hand, and it gives me a lot of service to actually add my texture paste onto my stencil. Additionally, I can get the texture paste really thin by using this card, so it might be something you may want to give a try. Another thing that I've been doing recently is I've been using my black soot distress crayon to edge the cardstock that I'm working with. I find that it really gives a dramatic effect, especially when you're creating a mixed media card. And then I simply just take my finger and I spread it in to grunge it up and smear it. And then finally, I took some black acrylic paint onto a paintbrush and gently tapped it to add a splatter effect. So at this point, my background was pretty much complete, and all I needed to do was dry it. Now, the clock material was inspired by this paper stack, so the background was an easy match. And then the last thing I needed to do was just find some metal elements for embellishments. A face clock seemed an obvious choice, and then I went ahead and added a spinner as well. And then I also added a word band and attached it with some twine. So I hope that you've enjoyed the first card that I've created in my series for my birthday celebration all month long. I will be having videos every Wednesday, and those will be the videos that will qualify you to be entered into the drawing. So to be entered into the drawing, you do need to be a subscriber to my channel, and I would like for you to leave a comment on every video. There will be a series of 5 videos all month long, and again, those will be on Wednesday. Let me know what you think about the new craft bag that's going to be carried in my shop. I'm curious to get some feedback from some of my listeners and love to hear what you think about it. Also, I will be celebrating on some of my other social media channels as well. I have lists of all of my connections in the links below, so definitely check out the blog, and if you're not following me on Instagram, you may want to do that as well, because like I said, I'm going to have celebration prizes all month long on all of my social media outlets. I will leave a list of all the products that I've used to create this card, along with the links to the stores. If there's any product that you ever have a question on, feel free to leave me a comment or send me an email. I don't mind helping at all, and I would love to answer your questions. If you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a thumbs up. All right, everyone, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.